couple of pieces, well, 3 pieces of paper towel because I developed a hole. So that's one. Let me move that to the side. This was, I think, off camera, but you can see, I have to clean this up, but you can see that you can see my hand through it. This was white, but I think I prefer it. And this was another one. And it's hard to tell which is the front and which is the back. But I think I prefer the ones that I actually put the dark stain on. Hello, Pam. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with the results and the fact that they don't stick to each other, which is the reason why I didn't like doing the Mod Podge thing. This was another one I did off camera. And you can see when you do this to the edges, it's easy to release. But I like the aging of it. And it's not rice paper as such, but it's pretty close. The back side is flat and very shiny. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, the wrinkles are amazing. I really like that. And I think that as a background, this is very helpful for decoupage. Let's do another one. This is the one we did together. I don't think I've started to remove that, but I will now. And you have to be careful because you need to release it at the beginning at least with a knife, but it's easy to do. This knife is not very good. No, actually, I used a mixture of PVA glue, 3 parts to 1 part water, and I added raw umber to it. So it became that's why you've got the color. No patina, no nothing. So this was another one. And I think I have a couple of pairs in it, but you can see how see-through it is, especially on the darker ones. And yes, these were holes, and I'm okay with that. There is something here from the tea that we used yesterday. So that was one we did together. I don't remember anymore which ones we did together and which ones we didn't. This is the second layer of napkin. The one that we usually dispose of. But look at how amazing that is for a background. I'm really very, very happy with it. Oh, the plastic bags. The plastic is, this is what I use to mail my, my decoupage paper that I sell on my website. And my stencils. So this was, you can see it's a bag. But I cut it in 2, and I found that it was the best thing to use. But you can use plastic bags. But make sure you turn them so that there's no writing on them. And this is another one. And see, I have a hole here. But when we remove it, where's the holes? Oh, you can see them right there. but that's okay. It's handmade, and I really like it. And I think that it's a great alternative, not just for scrapbookers, but even for us for using them on small projects. Okay, before I reveal those three, let me do the others. And I've got Gwendolyn's paper. This was the second sheet. I think we did that together. And it's very easy to release. And as far as these edges, you know, you just need to do this and just remove the glue. So that one's done. I'm just removing the glue when I can. This one was a piece of rice paper, and tissue paper that I did, and I think that was off camera. And if you get rice paper, you can make them as big as you want. And you can see it still is more or less transparent, which I liked. And this would make great background paper again. I would have liked more wrinkles, I think. And I think I would have liked it if I'd painted it with the tinted, what's it called? Paint. But Pam, you can use coffee, you can use tea, you can use really anything you want to color this. But the only problem with the tea or coffee is that they don't last long. So this is another one, and again, you can see my hand through it. I like the transparency. And these bags, I do these plastics, I do recycle. You can just remove this, or most of the time I don't even bother. They are pretty, aren't they? And then let me see. Now we've got the paper ones that we did. Remember, we added roses and gold leaf and some tea and leaves, and then we put the paper on top. And I am very, very happy with how this came out. Now I will probably put this in a book and weigh it down, and I will probably just cut the edges, because these we don't really need. And this is the copy paper, and you can see some of the gold, not all the gold, but I did do another one for Pinterest yesterday, and I think I put more gold. So these would make great cards, and it is thicker than the napkins. So I'm just going to finish cutting this one. And it feels heavier, but I like this. Hi Maggie, how are you? And you know, we were just playing around, and I have to show you the ones that I did earlier, I think this year, and I meant to do them on a live, and I didn't, and the reason I didn't was because I didn't like how they stuck together, and I'll show you those. Now see here, those areas I should have pushed down more, but I still like the fact that you can see the different textures. This one is really textured. This is the cardstock. So I'm going to cut this one off. I don't know if I can do it this way. without scissors. No, it's harder. I just wanted to see if you can cut it with scissors. I'll cut it with scissors later. It'll be neater. But you can fold this like this and make a card. You can see the T. I'm very happy with this. Oh yeah, this is the one I did for an idea pin. And you can see the gold. I put a lot more gold. And again, very easy to peel off because you've got this paper. Now this one is Gwendolyn's. And I hope Gwendolyn is on, because it's not peeling. This is the one that I did not, oh, hold on, wait. Yes, it is peeling. I was looking at the wrong thing. But I didn't really like it. This is the wrapping paper. I didn't see very much texture. It's too shiny. So for me, this was a kind of experiment that didn't work. But that's the whole point of trying these new things. This is the one that I sealed before I glued it down or decoupaged it down. And you can see from the edges here, it did not glue. But on this side, I folded the edges of the tissue paper. And you can see that even the color, though the color is not as bright, I much prefer this texture to I like the matteness of this texture than I do this. So sealing it was my mistake, but I did it to try it out. And there again, I did it here, and we didn't have a problem with it lifting. And again, if you want to use those, you just cut along the edges. And on this one, I did the reverse. I put the tissue paper first, and then the wrapping paper on both of these. Now, I want to show you the ones that I found. And you know how I usually lose things. But they're the ones that let me just go grab them. That I found. These were done using Mod Podge, not PVA glue. And the only issue I have with these, and the reason why they're still on these papers, is because they stick to each other. This was done several months ago, and this was just with Mod Podge. But they still remain sticky. So I think my preference is the PVA glue. Oh, you're so welcome, Ken. This was a piece of napkin again. But if I remove them from where I've placed them, they just stick back up. This was I think I must have done this around Thanksgiving because I used this. And I think this is the other chicken that I did. The transparency is the same, but the fact that they stick to each other is not something I'm too thrilled about. And this was a Mackenzie Child napkin that I did. And it came out okay, but again, using Mod Podge. They're very sticky. So again, you can see through it. It is usable. It's not that it's not. But it's definitely sturdier. I mean, it'll tear, but it's sturdier than a regular napkin. Now, this was my first experimentation with these. And yesterday was my second. So here I was making my own mistakes, not being careful. See how it sticks to each other? So if you were going to do it, my recommendation is to use PVA. I just like the look and the feel of the PVA much better than I like this. Let me just move that over and put these away. Oh, and did I show you this one? Oh, see how it's stuck? This was another experiment, a failed experiment, where I tried I'd forgotten about these. But see, it sticks onto each other, which is not a great idea. For me, at least. But I had done using a flat piece of what's it called? Betty, where's my words? Yes, maybe Betty. But that was the only one I had. Betty, these were done on a silicone mat using that stuff that the caulking. But see how the glue they just glued onto that. And it came out okay, but it needs perfecting. This was just, I'd forgotten about this, so let me just move these out of the way.